Hey guys, it's me, Parker. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be weekly reading for the sign of Leo, and normally I let the deck, on camera, I just let the deck show me what card. Okay, lately I'm having this issue where my mouth can't keep up with the cards. It's a Leo reading. This is Jupiter and Leo specifically. But I saw Leo and I was like, oh, I forgot to mention Leo energy in the Aries reading. And then I was really drawn to the sun when I was cutting, and I was like, maybe it's gonna be a Leo read. I guess I'll just do Leo, because then I cut to another card indicative of Leo. And then Judgment, I saw Judgment, which is like spirit, being like, yeah, it's a Leo reading. And then I cut again to the King of Wands, which is you guys. Full moon in Aquarius. The star's been coming out a lot. We just had a full moon in Aquarius on the 3rd, I believe it was. Yeah, the 3rd. So that's the opposite sign of you guys. So I hope you guys have been doing okay. Full moons are culminations, and with that, there's a lot of justice. It is a humanitarian sign. But with major change and justice coming out, not everyone likes that, because can't please everyone. And it's always interesting having a full moon in your opposite sign, right? Especially during your sun cycle, and especially if you have any Aquarius in your chart, or better yet, an Aquarius moon. So I hope you guys have been doing okay. Happy birthday, by the way, to my Leos. I have at least one Leo friend that I know who might see this. So happy birthday to you. Whoa, okay. Leo. Major for Leo, alright. I feel like this is the reading here. There's that Judgment energy. Wow, some of you guys are dealing with a Piscean. These are both Piscean cards, so we'll see what that's alluding to. 2 fours, the 4 of Wands. I'm going to spread these out. Yeah, okay. 4 of Pentacles. That's like a holding out, holding back energy, kind of like this strength energy. This is like very indicative of that Aquarius. Ooh, whoa. That was intense. Sorry. My bad. This has been coming out a lot for people during this Aquarius full moon, so that's quite interesting. This just featured in the last reading that I did for Aries, but it didn't come out in this deck. This has been coming out for everyone. You get a tower, and you get a tower, and you get a tower. It's all Oprah Winfrey up in this bitch lately with the tower moments and the scorpionic transformational energy. Definitely could be dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so that was underlying. Your energy was on top of that, though. We have 4 of Wands, which is like harmonious foundations can be coming together in celebration. With this energy, wow, and Judgment, it's like like an uprising. Like, look how Judgment's like beaming down on those people from the freaking heavens. Like, it's like, I really feel like a coming together. You guys just might be celebrating a lot. It is your birthday season, for another couple weeks here. So we'll see what's up with that. I am going to take those all together unless I get clarifiers that suggest that that's not one energy coming together. But with Judgment there, it's very indicative of spirit. Like, spirit is a judgment from, Judgment Day energy, which we are kind of in, because Saturn, the planet of like final judgment, basically, like karma and the rules, karmic or otherwise, like very tangibly, like the patriarchy and like regulations and crap like that, is touring at home in Capricorn, which is the sign of all that kind of stuff, right? So a very intense energy. It's retrograding. It's putting a lot of pressure on everyone, but it is Judgment Day energy. This is a resurrection too. With these two cards coming out, it's like can be very like coming together with someone from your past or like a new dawn breaking. Like it can be like with that death energy, kind of what follows after the death process, the rebirth. Like a new hope is revived here. It's like a revival energy, kind of. Um, Judgment, right? Or like literally a judgment from spirit or otherwise a person. Could be a person making a judgment call. We'll see what comes out. Four of Pentacles. So we have two fours here. This is like holding on, holding back to your stability. Could be, whoa, that's weird. My camera just glitched out. This is like, can be a very held back energy because he's holding back the beast. And sometimes the beast, like the lion, just represents, and major for you guys, represents our inner desires. You know, it's like our willpower, right? It's a card of integrity and willpower. So when you think of like wrestling the beast in terms of integrity, it's like holding back on maybe moving towards something that you know is a temptation, or something that you know you kind of need to hold back on, because of, you know, it's what's right for you, or it can be holding yourself back from your desires as well, and really struggling with the beast there. And the beast is just, again, like, that's a pretty strong person. Those inner beasts can be pretty strong and hard to manage sometimes, right? But that's like with this Four of Pentacles, it's like very held back. So I'm actually going to move this Queen of Cups over here. Again, could be definitely dealing with a Scorpio or a Pisces. We have a lot of that coming out. Feminine, but it doesn't have to be a woman, man or woman. It's just the energy they're in. Very intuitive energy coming out here. That could be what that beast is like you guys coming into some intuition here, or using your intuition on a situation of holding back. Like, it's, I need to hold back on this. Especially if you're keeping something a secret. This can be secretive, guarded energy as well, but it can also just be that intuition, especially with that Queen of Cups. Very intuitive. She like lives underwater. She feels vibrations through her intuition and emotion and psyche, like her emotional psyche, right? Okay. So let's look at the Four of Pentacles first. Let's see what this holding back energy is. Whether it's you guys holding your guys back, like stifling yourselves, like unnecessarily wrestling with the beast of your desires. And again, willpower, right? It takes, that can be quite the struggle there with that beast, that lion there. But, you know, it can also be, I really see this as kind of holding on, either like holding on really tightly to a foundation or an outcome here. It could be that with that judgment, like you've made your mind up and you're like, I'll be damned if this doesn't play out exactly how I fucking want it to. So careful with that energy. Definitely careful with that energy. I'll see what comes out with that. Or you guys are holding yourselves back from something, but this is definitely referring that Three of Cups judgment energy. Very nice. Whether this is just your desired outcome that you've made your mind up on, and maybe I'm reading this two ways. It's not actually meant to be, but you're so dead set on this outcome judgment. It's your judgment, right? You're gonna have this. You're gonna have this, and you're hanging on to it to your detriment, and you're getting tired fighting the beast. Because that gem there is speaking directly to this foundation, this harmonious coming together. Or you're through this intuitive energy. Again, some of you definitely could have Pisces in your chart, but it's just very watery, intuitive, feelsy energy here. You're coming into the knowledge, and you're trying to hold yourself back through your willpower versus your desire, away from this. So I'm reading it two ways. For some of you, there's resistance, even though coming in through intuition, you're really having to struggle holding yourself back from moving towards this. But with judgment here, it's kind of happening anyways, or you've made a judgment call and this is what you'll be damned if you won't have this, and you're hanging on to it so tightly that we'll see what else comes out. But there's definitely two situations here that I'm picking up on for some of you. What's the Four of Pentacles? Don't give up. Protect that which you have created. Have courage. Believe in yourself. Strength is literally strength, inner strength. Having courage. Having courage. So if you're in the end where you're deciding, like, I'm defending this with my entire being, with all my might, that which you've created, I lost it. Oh man, I've been getting like the weirdest like mind wipes lately. It's so bizarre. That's okay though. Okay, so the eight of wands, that was the nine of wands, which can be a very tired. Remember how I said you're either holding yourself back and you're getting tired, or you're holding on to the idea of this so much that you're like getting kind of tired. But the eight of wands is movement, right? So this is like a held back energy. Maybe you've been held back and this reading is actually about moving forward, or this has been held back from you. Maybe someone else has been, this queen is kind of smirking over at this foundation here. This could have been held back from you and now it's moving, because the Four of Pentacles is like wrestling with the lion and like holding on, holding back, the struggle, holding on, and then eventually your arms get tired and you release the beast, or the beast gives up or whatever, and you let your arms go and you're not wrestling with all your might anymore. And that's the eight of wands there. Can be definitely communication, either intuitive communication coming in, knowledge about, either giving up on something you've just been holding on out for and it's not what's meant to be, and you just decided it was, and it's like spirit's here with this intuitive energy to be like, no, time to let that go. Or you're coming into the knowledge, either communication by way of an actual person, especially if this has been held back from you because of someone else's situation. Physical communication from this person that this can come together now, or like intuitive communication from spirit, that this needs, whatever you were fighting with needs to be let go, because this is actually what is supposed to come together, not the judgment call you've made. So a lot of messages coming out. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. There's a lot of fire here. Four of wands. We've got the six of wands. We have the eight of wands. The nine of wands showed as well. We have your fire Leo energy on the bottom here. And then this cupsy Piscean energy. Wow. There's that three of cups again on the bottom. Celebration. Need to have more fun. Give up the beast for a bit too. Harmonious, right? Harmonious. Like that is like when the lion, when the man tames the beast, maybe. And instead of getting so tired, that could be another message for you guys. Maybe in this situation, the release here, the releasing of this hanging on in the struggle, is actually, instead of getting so tired that one of you gives up, you learn how to come together harmoniously, for sure, because like this is the three of cups is coming together in celebration, for sure. And that just came out underlying with beautiful 10 of cups. It's beautiful energy. Trustworthy relationship, emotional and material needs are being met. So, this is speaking to, or maybe coming into harmony with yourself, reconciling the realization that this judgment call you've made, or this thing you've either been holding on to or holding yourself back from, is either not meant for you or is meant for you. So again, watch this again if it's, which boat you're in. So watch it again if you have to, once you know the outcome of the reading, and you can kind of follow along and be like, yeah, no, this one's definitely my boat here. Victory, good news is on its way. So if you have been waiting for something to come together, it looks like it's coming in big time. There's that six of wands, Jupiter and Leo energy. This can also be public recognition and reward. So I'm picking up on a third group now where that energy of that secretive energy, you've been keeping it to yourself and working on this behind the scenes. Um, it's time. It's finally you're finally unleashing this publicly, and you're getting accolades and attention, public recognition. So there's actually three stories I'm picking up on here, and it's happening very quickly. Like it's going, maybe you've been again, even if it's a relationship, in that boat I see it more as like something, you putting yourself out there career wise, or it's something you've put like your heart and soul into behind the scenes, and you've been really hanging on to. Again, with that judgment, like I'll be damned if this isn't going to happen. And if that's the case, like this is definitely this is coming together and this is celebrating something, and this is harmonious and celebration with someone else, right? Other people involved, typically in a foundation like a home setting, but it can just be like a foundation you built with other people, and that there's a lot of celebration there. So let's look at the High Priestess. Six of Cups. Ooh. Okay. That's kind of speaking to moving towards your heart's desire a little bit, but we'll see what comes out with that. Again, could be a secret if you've been planning this and building this and struggling with it, behind the scenes. That's just you keeping it secret. Again, it could be divine knowledge coming in that's facilitating the understanding that what you've been hanging on to needs to be let go of. Or for the third group, that can be kind of realizing that this is coming in, right? It's very intuitive energy. So clarify the High Priestess, please, for my Leos. My lions. Oof, that's too many. Ooh. I am kind of seeing that there's the Two of Wands, so that's kind of speaking to with the world. It's like what is ending and what's beginning. Culminations of cycles. So for the group that I'm picking up on, where this is like a decision about either finally letting go of something, or finally giving up holding back from something. That's that decision, right? And then, with the world, it's an ending and simultaneously a new beginning. And there's you in your King of Wands energy, picking that wand, that path, and then moving towards it and getting a lot of attention. Very, very, very confident energy. And this is kind of course, this coming out under the High Priestess. So, this is like, intuitive or knowledge coming in, that's aiding this decision for you. Either, okay, that's actually not going to bring me fulfillment, I need to let this go now, and then you move forward. Or this thing that I've been kind of lying to myself about, it's becoming known to you, or you're kind of coming into the knowledge that you really can't hold yourself back from it anymore. And then you're moving towards it very, very, very confidently. He's a very social king. He does, this is like a very social energy, right? So if this is just about keeping it to yourself and keeping it a secret, and not waiting to make your moves here, that's what that's referring to for that storyline. And then this King of Wands is actually looking at this celebration. Maybe you're going to be the one that's getting celebrated. It's either something coming together with another person, be it a relationship, or other people in something you've been building behind the scenes, or spirits orchestrating this, and you're maybe coming into some knowledge about that, and it's assisting like this process of moving towards it, or away from whatever is blocking this from happening. Yeah. Okay. Let's get one more for this King of Wands, but very, very confident. The contracts, institutions. I am getting a vibe of somebody who's starting like a foundation or something like that. But we'll see. Clarify the King of Wands with the High Priestess. King of Wands with the High Priestess for my Leos. But that's definitely you in your masculine fire energy there. King of Wands, please. Okay. Four of Swords. Ooh. Okay. King of Swords. We had the Queen of Swords underneath here, which is communication. It's also like if you're letting go of something, that can be the communication of that. Professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations here. This feels very competitive. So if this is a relationship here, you're trying to cut through the competition for this Queen of Cups here. Water sign doesn't have to be, it's just someone who's very lovely and feelsy. Maybe you're very much so in love with this person. You want to come together and celebrate with them. You want to share your success here. You want to give them attention if this is a relationship. If this is just speaking about a passion project of yours, then that's just you being very patient. It says patient to make this happen. Caring for yourself and others. And that's very intuitive energy too. So maybe using your intuition here as to when this energy is to be let go of, either letting go of the idea of something coming together that you've formulated, or letting go of holding yourself back from something that you're like very much so in your feels about here. Four of Swords. This is talking about sitting on something. So for some of you, and I'm definitely picking up on these three storylines. For those of you where you've just been you've been putting in the work and you're not ready to publicly unveil your project yet, this is talking about you in that space. I can feel your anticipation. You're coming out in your fire here, but this is like a card of like sitting. Can be healing, but there's not really any pain here. I'm not seeing any pain other than this conflict and competition. So if this is just you, this is like you in that planning stage of that business or that project. This is you evaluating the competition, and you're sitting and you're watching the competition, and you're putting this into you're grounding this into reality, and you're planning it, you're making it happen behind the scenes, and you're eyeing the competition. You're in competition with others. Or you could be actually in competition for this Queen of Cups, and you're really there could be a bit of jealousy going on here. The King of Wands can be very jealous, and you're clearly holding yourself back from this person here. Or for the third group, if you are hanging on to the idea of something that you've created in your own mind or you're passionate about, and you'll be damned if it's not going to happen, it's creating conflict because that's actually not what's supposed to come together. And if you're listening to your intuition, this is intuition, she's intuitive, that's intuition. If you're listening to your intuitive and understanding that that's not what is actually for your highest good or meant to come together, it's creating this conflicting energy. And again, the Six of Wands, this victory and attention and movement, is attached to this energy finally moving outwards. Remember, it's like this, but when it lets go, it's like, whoa, right? It's that Eight of Wands, that motion. It's like heart of motion. It's that letting go. It's like the complete opposite of this. So yeah, a lot of messages coming out here. So yeah, again, either competition for this person, competition around you, competing in the industry, or your perceived competition for your goal here, whatever your passion project, or you're sitting eyeing the competition, or you're hanging on to this idea of this foundation or whatever you want, this Three of Cups, this coming together in celebration, so much that it's creating a festery energy of conflict. Heightened psychic abilities. So definitely for some of you in this meditative energy, you are coming into like divine knowledge, or like intuition is speaking to you, and then you're harnessing your fire. Speak your mind with confidence. That King of Swords. So there is communication here. It's definitely, no matter how this plays out, I'm seeing it coming from you guys. So let's look at Judgment. Clarify Judgment. The Emperor. Leadership. Structure, discipline, organization, logic. again, putting into like grounding practically either this intuitive information you're coming into about what is supposed to come together or what's not supposed to come together, or just logically step by step implementing your plan here until it's time to publicly unveil it. Aries and Taurus energy there. The wheel. A situation suddenly moves forward. Like I said, with that 8 of Wands, it's very sudden movement forward. It's like bam. Like it's like totally. And again, there's a sense of like with this hanging on, holding out, holding back. You know, energy is going to move like big time. Okay, let's get one more. There's that 8 of Wands again. Judgment. Give me one for Judgment to end the reading, please, for Leos. Whoa! There's that Judgment. We already covered this. So repetitive messages now, again, for the group of you where you're in two minds about this. You know, for one group of you, it's the Judgment. Here is you that you're going to have. You'll be damned if you don't have this celebration and harmonious outcome with someone or something. You'll be damned. And this 2 of Wands is like a redirect, like realizing that needs to be let go of with this 4 of Pentacles energy. Or Judgment can be spirit bringing this in, and you're like coming into some kind of knowledge here that's like, oh, it totally changes your path because you're like, oh, that's what's supposed to be coming in, and you've been holding yourself back from it. You're not holding yourself back anymore. Or it's just the 2 of Wands. It's like it's actually with you actually stepping into your public unveiling of this and walking the path, right? Okay, so best of luck, you guys. Really